Well, that crackdown on anti-immigration protesters in Minneapolis has seen ICE as well as other agents using lethal force against demonstrators. President Donald Trump, speaking in the last 24 hours, said it's time to tone down, if you will, the approach in the United States to the issue of immigration. Let's talk about these growing concerns ahead of the 2026 World Cup. We're joined by SABC News correspondent Sherwin Bryce-Pease, live for us in New York, as always, Sherwin. And there are these mounting calls now for basically a boycott, in effect, from some of the World Cup.
Mounting calls, right? Sepp Blatter, some fan groups in Europe, Julius Malema of the EFF, but we are not seeing, Tembekile, a wholesale momentum in terms of boycotting this World Cup. And one should also consider that it's being co-hosted by the likes of Mexico and Canada. So if you take the word of Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, they have had requests in excess of 500 million tickets so far. But in terms of the issue of boycotts, Karen Bass, the mayor of Los Angeles, one of the host cities here in the United States, was asked this specific question about this growing call for fans not to travel to the United States. And this would really impact the host cities, many of them run by Democratic administrations, right? The mayor of Los Angeles is a Democrat, Karen Bass. This is how she responded to a question about boycotts.
Well, I'm certainly hoping that they will not do that. That would be terrible. But I also think it sends a message to the administration. We need to show a better face to the world that we are going to welcome people, that they're not going to have immigration problems. That's what we need to make sure happens. I do think that message has to come from the White House as well. Yeah. They are the ones that need to send that message. I will send the message that people are welcome to the city of Los Angeles.
But this sort of narrative very much now seeping into the American political consciousness here. They're aware of it. You talk about how President Trump is withdrawing some federal agents from Minneapolis. But as Karen Bass said, that kind of messaging is going to have to come from the White House in terms of fans wanting to travel to the United States and feel safe doing so.
Normally you get like 7, 8, 9, 10 million ticket requests. Mostly for the final, of course, so you have to make some draws for some games. This time, we received over 500 million ticket requests. 500 million ticket requests. 500 million ticket requests. I mean, this is something not... And the tickets are not cheap. The tickets are not cheap. We were hammered. I was hammered, I should say, because of the ticket prices, because they are so expensive. And the main critics were from Germany and England, of course. Now, number one in ticket requests is US, number two Germany, number three England. Because everyone wants to come and to participate. And now in the US, it is perfectly legal to resell tickets on resale platforms. And there is a law for that, so we have to, of course, allow that. So you can be sure that these tickets, for which we'll have to make a draw, I mean, every game will be sold out. Because we have 500 million ticket requests. Those tickets will probably be resold at even higher prices. And this is incredible, but it shows really the impact that it has.
So FIFA, Sherwin, still keen to get people to attend World Cup matches, not just in the other two host countries, but also the games that will be played in the United States. But I wonder what direction we expect then this conversation around a potential boycott, at least of the games in the US, to go, and if that can be avoided.
Well, understand, right, he talks about where these fans are coming from, where the major ticket requests are coming from. He talks about the United States, Mexico and Canada, the UK, Germany. I'm also told a high demand in Brazil, Spain, Portugal, Argentina and Colombia. And so while there is concern about the safety of foreigners in the United States, given the militarized scenes we've seen on the streets of the United States in terms of this administration seeking to arrest undocumented immigrants in the United States. The other concern is going to be the ticket prices themselves, Tembekile. I mean, there are so many factors here that could limit the entry of people into the United States just based on the cost, right? The cheapest tickets around $60. That's around just under 1,000 Rand. given the improving rand-dollar exchange rate, one might add. Group stages, $120 to $265. That's between 2,000 and 4,200 rand for the group stages. And then the higher demand tickets, your quarterfinals, semifinals, or finals, $4,000 and upwards. That's 65,000 rand for a ticket. That could be seen as quite punitive for some people seeking to travel here. So where this conversation is the question, where do we go from here? Look, this is a co-host between the United States, I think 78 games in the US, 13 in Canada, Mexico, South Africa. Bafana Bafana's opening game will be at Mexico City's Estadio Azteca. And that is probably going to be a sold-out match because it's a home game for Mexico. So, we should begin also talking about what Bafana will be up against in that context.
Oh, but then, Sherwin, if we're buying those tickets for the Bafana game, I'm relying on you to get us those higher-end ones so you've got the best view, right?
Yeah, call me.
Sherwin Bryce-Pease, SABC News correspondent in New York, bring us up to speed on a very serious story regarding the potential calls, at least, for a boycott of the upcoming FIFA World Cup, at least the US leg, due to developments in the United States around those anti-immigration demonstrations. 2 Americans killed by ICE agents in just the last month.